On Tartan Tales, we acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide Plains and Mount Lofty Ranges where Seymour College stands today.
Hi, I'm Sophie, and you're listening to Tartan Tales. Today's episode is all about service and entrepreneurship. I'm joined here by Mr. Earlham, who is our Year 6 coordinator and the founder of the exciting new initiative, Blackwatch Baristas. And today, we will be diving into how he turned our college motto, Crescam Ministrando, or I Grow by Serving, into an opportunity to teach our Year 6 girls entrepreneurship skills and highlight the power of learning through service. So our first question is, could you please start by telling us a little bit about the Blackwatch Baristas initiative and how it was born?
Sure. Thanks, Sophie. So originally when I came to Seymour, we started the Service with Grace morning market. We didn't have a coffee machine. There was no scope for a coffee machine at the time. And all of the Year 6 girls started their own stalls, which was wonderful and full of creativity, but also a little bit messy. So we had smoothie stalls, bracelet stalls. We had healthy snacks. We had less healthy snacks. There was this huge range of things, which that experience was excellent. And I think the girls from Year 6 a couple of years ago would agree. But then by the end of that, we thought we need to sort of do something together instead of a lot of separate small groups. So we had the idea of getting a coffee machine, to offer coffee to staff and parents and hot chocolates and chais to students. And we had to put a proposal together. We couldn't just get a coffee machine. They're expensive pieces of equipment and all the training, everything needs to happen. So Mrs. Browning said we needed to put a proposal together. So the proposal was a 6-month process from the beginning of last year till just before the end of semester 1, where we did a lot of mathematics to do with the cost of a coffee, what it costs for how many beans are in a cup of coffee, how much milk do you need for a large versus a regular, what milk should we use, what cups and lids, should we use eco-friendly or should we go cheap and get things that are a bit more harmful to the environment. Lots of decisions had to go into that. We also had to run interviews with the students so they could, who wants to be a barista or who wants to work in marketing or who wants to be a manager and write rosters. So that process was lengthy, but a lot of fun and rigorous, just what the girls had to do. And
so were the students involved in the actual proposal process?
So yes, we put together sort of questions to get them thinking and a framework of how they could approach the mathematics side, for example. They had to do all of the work.
Whoa.
Yeah, so things took longer than maybe we anticipated, but it gave the girls buy-in in the project that they could actually, they put the hard yards in and then they get a coffee machine.
Yeah.
Which was, fantastic.
Did the girls who wanted to be baristas, did they have to train to make the coffees?
They did, yeah. So
how long did that take?
Well, so I've got experience in hospitality, so I could train the girls how to do it, but we could only train about sort of 8 girls at a time just because of time and the size of the space. That took all told, I think, about 3 weeks to train everyone, and they could make coffees and then have a practice run, and because you can't just do it once and then work in 6 weeks' time. You need to do it a few times to get used to it.
Where do you see Blackwatch Baristas going in the future?
I think what we could do is I'd like to take it mobile. I'd love to get like a cart or a trolley or whatever would work to use it for special events. I think
cool.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Sports day, swimming carnival. I'm sure there's an enormous list of events we could be doing it for. But one of the small reasons to do that is because some girls, their co-curriculars change depending on the term, and they can't work the days that we're open. So it's a bit of a shame for them to not be able to do it as regularly as others. So special events would give them an opportunity to participate as much, and also just more opportunities to raise money, to engage with the community. So that's the next step, I think.
Yeah, it'd be good to have them down at Saturday morning sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Warm coffee, yeah.
There would for sure be tons of interest in that. People lining up for a hot chocolate.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So are the Blackwatch Baristas supporting a charity? And if so, did the girls help choose this?
Absolutely. This year, we opened a question up to the girls, where do you want the profits to go? we have to keep a small percentage of the profits just to keep the business running for cups, lids, coffee beans, etc. But we had, I think, about 12 suggestions for different charities. So anything from the Worldwide Fund to the Starlight Foundation, a huge array. But we narrowed it down to the Backpacks for SA Kids, which is basically a charity where the funds raised go towards filling a backpack with the essentials for school that underprivileged kids need. We're really fortunate to have what we need, but it's really important that other students have that same privilege.
It's wonderful that the students were so involved and, are aware of where the money goes to and decided to choose an initiative that could help, the wider community.
Well, absolutely. I think that if they have they're not part of the decision-making process, it's not really going to bother them. So it's important that they make the decision about where the money they are raising goes, because they're the ones getting up early, coming in, putting the aprons on, getting covered in milk sometimes. So they should be the ones making those decisions.
All right, so we will be jumping into our next segment called Tartan Threads. It is a quick, fun, fast Q&A, lots of fun questions. But So our starting question for you is, out of milk alternatives, do you prefer almond milk or oat milk?
I think oat milk.
Oat milk?
Oat milk. I can't say that I've had oat milk, but I don't really love almond milk. So I think I don't mind porridge, and I think it's the same sort of ingredients. So I'd go with oat milk.
Fair enough.
I've got one which is completely unrelated to Blackwatch Baristas, but if aliens invaded the Earth, what would you offer them as a peace gift?
What would I offer aliens as a peace gift? Well, it would have to be a nice Blackwatch Baristas flat white. I think after a long journey from outer space, they're probably pretty sleepy.
Yeah,
And
I think they would accept that.
Yeah, I'd hope so too. Yeah.
The flat whites are just that good.
They are.
I have a question for you. What's your go-to song if you are asked to sing something for karaoke?
So, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. That's
a good
just
one.
something
Yes.
that I know the lyrics to. Everyone knows it, and it's really fun, and it just makes everyone feel great. That would be my go-to.
Yeah, that's a good one. Most used emoji?
I think it's the emoji face that's a smile, but like this. It just seems a little warmer than the regular wide-eyed smile emoji.
Yeah, fair enough.
What has been one of your favourite moments from teaching? Oh, that might not be that quick.
Okay, so favourite moments from teaching. I think it's kind of a general moment, but it is that moment when something hard, something complex you're trying to teach to one of the students, you see the penny drop and they get it. And then the even better moment is that a week or two later, you ask them about that and they remember. Because everyone can know something in the moment, but then you ask them to explain it to someone else, they can't really do it. But knowing that you're doing what you're here to do, I think that's easily the best experience as a teacher.
Okay, so now we'll be jumping into our What I Wish I Knew segment, which is just like a little life skill or hack that you might want to offer our listeners. So, is there one business skill or hack that you wish you had known when you were younger, which may have helped you throughout your life? And could you please share that with our listeners?
Okay, one thing I wish I knew. Okay, this is not really a business hack. This is more of just a life hack that I've learned when I've become a father. But I think it would be preparing your meals for the following day the night before. Because in the morning you get up, it's busy, it's stressful, and sometimes the lunch you're meant to take with you is something you neglect to do. You're like, I've got 5 minutes, I'll just go buy something. But the night before, you get your meal ready, it's in the container, it's in the fridge, you can see it, it's not hidden behind anything, and you go to bed and you wake up and you're ready for the day. I think that's my life hack.
Then you have a really nice lunch at school. It's perfect.
That's good.
Exactly right. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I think, it makes sense. It's like you're taking those easy things off your plate so that it's a bit easier to manage the hecticness of life, where it's something quick and easy, something which won't take more than 10 minutes for me to finish, and it'll help the day run a lot more smoothly, which is great.
Absolutely. Especially when children came into the picture, then mornings become far more complicated. So any way to simplify it down I'm interested in that.
Now we're up to our Pass the Mic segment. This is up to you, Mr. Earlham. You can hand over who you think the next episode should be run by.
Okay. I think we should probably hand over the mic to the head girl and deputy head girl, Satuki and Amber. I think they're the most deserving to run the next episode.
Good choice. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Earlham, for joining us today and discussing all things about the Blackwatch Baristas initiative, which is super exciting. And we've been super excited to learn about what the Year 6 girls have been up to and how this has shaped their journey in the junior school so far.
Yeah, no.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks very much. And you ran it beautifully. It was excellent.
Yeah, thank you for a great discussion. That's a wrap on episode 1 of Tartan Tales. We hope you enjoyed our episode with Mr. Earlham about Blackwatch Baristas, talking all things service and entrepreneurship. Like the threads that make up our Blackwatch Tartan, here on Tartan Tales, we like to weave together stories from every corner of our community, crafting a new pattern that is as unique as every Seymour student. Keep weaving your story, keep dreaming big, and we'll see you next time.